Hi travelers, this is going to be your Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising for February 2026. We will get right into the reading. I have with me right now the Radiant White deck, the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need, and the Psychic Oracle Tarot to wrap the reading up. So let's get started. I hope the light is okay. It's not too bright. Let's put another shuffle and rifle on the deck. I've done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph. Please remember to check back your moon and rising sign video as you see them, because sometimes the sun sign videos don't resonate with the story. One more rifle. Let's cut the deck. Nine cards down. Here we go. The Devil. The Sun. That's an interesting combination. The Four of Pentacles. Next row, the Star card. Next card, the Six of Cups. The Four of Cups. Last row, the Four of Swords. That's three fours. The Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Four of Swords. The Queen of Cups. That's you, Scorpio. And finally, the Hangman. I would say mostly that your emotions are going to be involved, because we have a predominance of cups and a predominance of major arcana. Major arcana are your spiritual lessons. Coins represent either money or the doing of something. Cups represent your emotional quotient, how you feel about a person, situation, or thing. And swords represent your thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. What's over the entire reading? The Five of Pentacles. Let me take a look at this. Weird, because in a way the cards kind of repeat themselves on a knighting. So the cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, with the interplay of the cards. And this way they're saying wait, and this way they're saying wait, but I don't know what you're waiting for. Okay, so let's start in the center with the Six of Cups. It's a six, and sixes represent the energy of love, balance, and harmony. It also talks about sharing, caring, giving, gift giving, trips with loved ones. It can even talk about renovating your house, not remodeling, but like sprucing it up, changing the furnishing, rearranging the furnishing, getting new pillows, that kind of thing. It represents childhood memories and nostalgia. So sometimes I see this card when people are going back to visit their childhood home, or they're going to a reunion, high school reunion, meeting with friends. What else? That's only information I'm getting from the card. So we start at the top with the devil. The devil represents hard work. He represents the 10th house and Saturn. And he can bring fear with anything that you may be doing. It represents temptation. It represents people playing power games with you. Who has the power, who has none. But more than anything, it represents the third dimensional aspect of life. So everything we do to live, make money, drink, have sex, have fun, all the things that gamble, all the things that we do on the third dimensional plane that make our lives possible. I think that's kind of right. But next to the sun is showing you, because the primary job of the sun is to illuminate, okay? Point out something to you. So maybe you have been working hard and you have achieved some success, slightly. The reason I say slightly is because we have the Four of Pentacles here. So you may have given up something, because over here on the top of the reading we have the Five of Pentacles. It reduces down to a Four of Pentacles. So that means you have given up something, or maybe you have sacrificed it. It could be anything. So the main role of the sun is to illuminate, point things out. I think that the sun represents growth, happiness, abundance, positive times. It's a yes card. All the major arcana are yes cards, but the sun is probably the most positive of the yes cards, major arcana. I think there is probably some kind of announcement coming, because the baby on the horse has a banner, and banners are like flags. They announce things. I don't think this is a pregnancy, but I think it's something to do. I don't have any ones. It's something that has to do with something you completed or done. You had a lot of hard work. Another thing about the Devil card, it says that be careful of temptation and don't become distracted by the things that bind you. But it talks about success. The card also, you see the two figures at the base of the Devil's seat? The chains are not on very tightly. So that means you can escape whatever the issues are. I think it's a karmic card. I think it's something karmically that you have completed. Next we come to the Four of Pentacles. And fours are numbers of stability. You have three here. The Four of Pentacles talks about saving, conserving not only your money, but your the physical aspects. So your physical body, your physical surroundings, whatever you have that you can conserve. Your energy, your time, your emotions. It can also talk about being stingy. Okay? Like you're holding on too tightly. Materialism to things. We move down to the Star card. And the Star card is like our North Star. It represents the energy of Venus and Aquarius. And Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, and harmony. But she also represents right relationships. And if you are in some type of a relationship, whether professional or romantic, and you're not getting what you need from the relationship, it says you are healing. Whatever this karmic thing is, I keep getting karma. Whatever the karmic thing is, it's passing. You know, it's done. It's over with. So if you're hanging on to something or you're worried about something, don't, because the time has passed. It's over now. There's nothing that can be done about it. See how the Star card, she pours the water out in the 5 directions? This is about filling your own cup. Keeping your own cup filled. Because she's drawing water from one source and pouring it out in the 5 directions. And she's naked. So that implies being comfortable with yourself. And what you're doing or what you have done. And just being who you are. But it says that hopes, dreams, and wishes will come true. We move over to the 4 of Cups. Again, another 4 represents stable foundations. This is somebody offering you something. And it's so funny because we have 2 cups missing from the 6 to the 4. So I would take it is some kind of relationship, be it business or otherwise. Partnership. The 3 cups represent, in the card, everything is fine. And you don't have room, or you are not too excited about accepting this poor thing. But the card counsels, do not turn away a potential cup of happiness, because you never know what it'll lead to. So you have to think about it. Do I accept it? Do I have enough emotional energy to accept it? Do I have enough physical energy to accept it? What do I think about accepting it? Here with the swords. Because they're all connected. They're 4s. So think about it. Think long and hard. And make a decision. I think you're going to have to wait though. For some reason. The next card is a 4 of Swords. I call this the ghosting card. Like you have been in communication with somebody and they either ghosted you or you ghosted them. I think that the potential before was 3 swords on the wall was a conflict, which talks about 3 swords speak about disappointments, fighting, bitterness, conflict. It feels like it's a short-term pain though, whatever it is. That's why I say the karmic conditions have passed. But you had to pull yourself back from whatever the situation was. And here you are laying down on an effigy that you're not even a real person. That's an effigy. But you have the 4th sword at the ready so that when you get up, you'll be ready to fight again. So the 4 of Swords is a card of meditation, relaxation, taking time out for yourself so you can get yourself right, and not talking to people. It's not about isolation. It's about doing something good for yourself, self-care. Here we have the Queen of Cups. This is a Scorpio. It can be a Cancer or a Pisces, but for this purpose, she showed up on the Scorpio reading, so this is you. If you are a male watching this, this is about your feminine side coming to bear. Being that you're more focused on the inner workings of yourself than the outer workings. This person is kind, generous, sometimes psychic, have psychic abilities, but she's a generous person. I think that describes Scorpio people to the T if they like you. And finally, we could come to the Hangman. The Hangman is a card of sacrifice. It's a card of waiting. So you may be feeling as though you are hanging around. Nothing is happening. You're waiting for something to happen. And you don't know what's going on. But the Hangman is about looking at the situation from a higher perspective. From up above, you can, from eagle eye view, you can see everything. It's kind of like remove yourself from the situation and view it from high up. It could also be talking about headaches, vertigo, back pain, arm pain, neck pain, hip pain, knee pain, leg pain, foot pain. Some of you could be experiencing that. But the card talks about learning to sacrifice. It says that new conditions will arrive, but also it's a Neptune card. So it says that don't be be suspect of people's motives. So you can look at the situation. Whoever's offering you something, they may have an ulterior motive for doing it. You know? So be careful of that. Lastly, we have the Five of Pentacles. And fives are numbers of change. They represent ups and downs. They represent a time when things don't seem like they don't go as well, because the card talks about maybe not having enough. Maybe you have lost a job, or you have lost a way of life that you're used to from a divorce or a breakup. And you know, you don't have as much money as you used to. So therefore you had a decline in lifestyle. It says that maybe you don't have enough money to take care of your physical needs. You feel lost. You feel out in the cold, and you don't know what to do. You're so focused on what the problem is that you don't know what to do. Remember, pentacles are either money or the doing of something. It represents the third dimensional aspect. The card says maybe if you are having problems with finances or something like that, you can go to someplace and talk to somebody about it. But it says it's like a dark night of the soul. But it says, 5, don't give up because you're about to achieve something you never knew possible. So there's hope in the card. Maybe you have a kid and you have come across pretty bad circumstances. It's just, I don't want to say, I don't feel it was something that you caused. I think it's something that just happened. Okay? So I will look at these cards as they relate to the major arcana cards. But I can't look at the Queen of Cups because she represents a person. So that leaves me the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords. That's it. I don't feel that there is a whole lot of sadness. I feel that it may be because you have been too dependent on someone or something, and you thought it was going to go like you wanted to, but it didn't. But you have hope. And hope should sustain you. I tell people all the time, be careful of taking away people's hope, because that may be the only thing that they have. You know? And hope is a powerful thing. So let's start with the Four of Pentacles. Then I'll give you the meaning of the three fours. So we have the Four of Pentacles. 3 fours are saying you are being overly cautious about everything. Overly cautious about everything. There's no meaning of them being next to these cards. So we move to the Six of Cups. It tells me nothing about these cards here. The Four of Cups. Next to the Hangman, indicates that someone is wallowing in self-pity and has lost their direction and feels in a bind. It indicates a time of self-pity and feeling sorry for yourself. The message is that it is up to you, the individual, to help themselves to get out of this predicament. But right now, I think you have lost your way and you don't know what to do. So stop a moment and give it some thought. Look at the situation from a higher perspective. What is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from the situation? What can I do about it? And meditate and pray on it. The Four of Swords. tells me nothing. And that's it. Let me just take a look at the Five of Pentacles because it's overall energy. Tells me nothing. Next to the Four of Swords, I'm sorry, with the Four of Swords, can imply a serious disagreement and or argument which may lead to the severance of a partnership, friendship, or business. It may even indicate the loss of a legal battle, case or legal battle. With the Four of Swords. So I think it's kind of like something happened and you lost whatever you thought you should have. But like I keep saying, I feel like the karmic energy is that the time has passed now. So quit feeling sorry for yourself. Do something else. Let me read to you what the Hangman says. Because I think this interpretation has a lot of meaning. Particularly in this situation. And you could have some kind of illusions or delusions about what's happening. The Hangman. It says, the Hangman reminds us that the best approach to a problem is not always the most obvious. When we most want to force our will on someone, that is when we should release. When we most want to have our own way, that is when we should sacrifice. And when we most want to act, that is when we should wait. The irony is that by making these contradictory moves, we find exactly what we are looking for. It may be telling you that the time is not right to try to force movement or change, as to do so may bring more obstacles and frustrations. Patience is called for, as you may have to wait until the thing is more auspicious and for things to change externally before you are able to proceed and succeed. And so that's what I have for you. I'm going to pull a tarot oracle card. It's pretty plain to me that you are going through a highly emotional time, and particularly we have we just had a new full moon on the 1st in Leo. We have a new moon coming up on the 17th in Aquarius, and new moons can be a very emotional time. So try not to make any false moves. Wait until your emotions are in control, because you don't want to make decisions when you're emotional. Number 11, balance. I don't know if that's justice or I think it's justice. So let's read. That's also a karmic card. It's a major arcana. This card represents the need for balance and harmony with your inner life, as well as with what's surrounding you in the physical world. This denotes that some lifestyle adjustments are required at this time. Like I said, it could be associated with love, relationships, business, and even your career. The balance card is also being shown to you to make you realize what you perceive to be happening around you is really an externalization of an internal process or conflict that you may be currently experiencing. This card will often appear if you work in the legal field or when you are involved in law-related matters. Have faith that justice will triumph, and justice and karma go hand in hand. Take only what you have earned, treat people fairly, and don't take advantage of anyone. This is a part of living a balanced karmic life. I don't feel that you have taken advantage of anyone, although that's possible. I feel like someone has taken advantage of you. When determining something, there must be a state of balance. emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you can make rational decisions and logical judgments. This is the time to be honest and caring and responsible for the choices that you have made, as well as the ones that will be made in the future. It's a justice card. That's in this deck, it represents justice. So there you go. Balance. And be good to yourself, Scorpio. And don't beat yourself up. So until next time, namaste.